Rank 1 on the main account, League 1 Tots. Go over the team that we used alongside some very interesting gameplay, including comebacks, wiggling, 100 mil team, simple goals, and much more. My own analysis added for those looking to improve, as well as our intended rewards from EA. To get into it, Harry Kane, 3 games, banished from the club, never to be seen again. Mia Hamm back into the lineup. I know I said she's slightly overrated for this time, but trust me, she was on business this week, cooking. You're about to see crazy gameplay. 4-2-2, her and Cruyff as the strikers, Foden and Musiala on the wings. Foden so smooth on the ball, Musiala very, very quick, holding the midfield down. Kante, Bonmati, yes, they're small, but they have heart. Tots Bonmati coming soon. Grimaldo very good. Tots Saliba coming soon. Kanate, I told you his aerial. I told you, you're about to see foolery. I'm showing it today. Other than that though, very good. Goalie's a goalie. Zimbrota, 5-5. Other than that, right backs are right back. It is what it is. Just for a side note, going to clear up a few things before we get into all of the stuff. If you want to see the live rewards, feel free to skip to the end. If you didn't already, feel free. You can go watch those right now if that's why you're here for. No shame. A lot of yapping. If you don't want to hear Yoshi go on today, feel free to mute. Enjoy some of the gameplay. Put on some tunes. Just vibe. Do your thing. We were wiggling, but also we showcased the 4-2-2 in a lot of different ways. Lots of different goals today. But feel free to do that. If you want to see more gameplay on the channel, let me know. I can showcase some of my other weekend leagues. You know, vibes with it, the live reaction, stuff like that. But I'll get into it a little bit more in a second here. This weekend specifically, we were slightly more locked in, so the live reaction wasn't as exciting in my opinion. A little bit of a post cam going on. Thought it would be more interesting. And a lot of comebacks you're going to see. We stream all of our games live on Twitch. Feel free to come through, talk, ask any questions, just chill, drop a comment, whatever. If you need help, you know, just come vibe. And so, last thing, other accounts did not get played this week because, for anyone not familiar, most of you probably are, big fiasco with the rewards this week. What happened? People were getting red Mbappe, red Zaire Emery, red Dembele. So everybody rushed to play their games on Friday, including me. I usually play Friday anyways, but I got on a little bit earlier than usual. And so we're rushing our games. You're going to see people quitting a lot faster than usual. If you can score a few goals early, people are more likely to leave rather than staying in. Everyone was just trying to get their rewards. And so overall, with rushing comes lots of mistakes. And so by watching my own gameplay back, I was able to learn from it. Better to say nothing. We got it back though. We got it back. Don't know how we missed that shot. We learned from it. I'm going to help you guys, give you some tips. Hopefully help you guys to get some more wins after, you know, talking through a few different things that I think can make a very big difference within your gameplay. And oftentimes the mistakes that people are making, whether I play against them, watch them, you know, people will tell me they're 8-0 and then randomly go to 11-9. There's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. Real quick though, I want you guys to watch the way Cruyff and Mia Hamm are about to cook on these next 2 goals. We showcased all of the goals we scored this weekend. This is just a full run through. Let me know if you want to see the goals I can see too. My Cruyff, my oh my. And when I told you Mia Hamm was standing on business, Harry Kane wishes he could do what Mia Hamm's doing. Never in a million years. Crazy. Okay, first big tip. If you made it this far, sorry for the delay going on. First big tip. When we're rushing, we pass the ball too quick. And some people aren't even rushing. But when you win the ball back and you immediately click pass, you can't tell me you never did that before. And very, very often, what happens? The AI just jumps in, steals the ball, and you lose it right away. I like to go forward really fast. I like to attack quick. I'm not trying to sit there and hold the ball and switch the field. You guys know that. But with going forward, it doesn't mean you need to be sloppy with the ball. And because I was rushing, I was doing that a lot. Just trying to get the ball up quickly. Telling you, Ham was on business. And so a tip is when you win the ball, sometimes take an extra touch if you have the space, call the player to you. And to do that, you'd click RB if you're on Xbox, R1 if you're on PlayStation. So he takes a step towards you when you pass the ball to them, or try to do a driven pass into them. If you're not familiar with that, that's holding R1, then pass. Or if you're on Xbox, holding RB and then pass. Again, those are two ways to help you get the ball there, either faster or call the player short so he doesn't get jumped in front of. Honestly, I don't always do that. It's not a necessity. Sometimes taking an extra touch or just being aware of where the defender is. That's the main thing. When you win the ball back, be careful to not just immediately give it up on your first pass. That's the main thing here. Very common mistake. And you don't want to be in that situation because a lot of the times your defense will be like all scrambled and it's an easy way to concede. Number 2. This is the biggest thing on the game and it affects your gameplay even though it's a non-gameplay thing, and that is don't play the game mad. If you're frustrated, you're annoyed, you're just not in the mood to play the game, then don't play the game. Spread your games out. Don't force yourself to play. Like I said, someone will tell me they're 8-0 and end 11-9. They lost 7 games in a row or something. If you were clearly good enough to win 8 in a row, there's no reason to lose 7 in a row. You get mad, you start making simple mistakes that you may not usually make, or you make them more often. And then all of a sudden you start losing games and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Take a break. Don't let the game affect you. Obviously, easier said than done. We know how this game is. You're about to see right now. I'm going to get back to this point in a second. I'm down 2-0 in 20 minutes. If you go back a few games, I already played this guy. Good team, sure. He had Team of the Year or Tots Holland. He had Cruyff, I think 97. And people were like, oh, he's just rigging you with the team he has or something. Sure, you might get unlucky. But the reason I'm losing this game right now, it was my own fault. I already made him quit before. Obviously, the game doesn't play the same every time you play it. We know that. But when it comes to making stupid mistakes or being frustrated or mad, you can prevent that. At the end of the day, we can control what we can control, and the game is the game. You tackle the ball 8 times. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's easier for me to sit here and say it because I also get mad. I get annoyed from the same things you guys get annoyed from. Oh, Yoshi, your gameplay looks so good. Trust me, come into the stream and there's going to be certain days where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't control my player, bro. Like, I don't know what I'm seeing. Like, I don't even want to play right now. I can't control them. I can't move. But we can control what we can control. And that is to play the right way. Don't make the wrong mistakes, stuff like that. I say right way, keyword. We don't all play the same, but, don't pull your players out of position. Don't play, big thing when I'm rushing, and it goes along with this. Here, I'll give you an example, is pulling your players out of position. There's a difference between playing aggressively smart and just being low IQ. And in that game that I was losing where I ended up coming back and I already beat the guy, I was just pulling my players out of position. I want the ball back. I was trying to go forward. I need to score. I need to make him quit. But honestly, if I just calmed down, I didn't rush, I probably would have made people quit faster. But because I was making very simple mistakes trying to get the ball back, it actually made things worse. And then I compounded, and then I would get annoyed, and then things would just get worse. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So don't be mad. Don't force play. And I promise you, you're not missing out on Lise Malou. I promise you. I truly, I know everyone wants to play. They don't want to miss out. Trust me. From experience. Again, difference between playing aggressive and smart. Very common mistakes, pulling the players out of position and other things. I have a full video defending wise on that. I will show how I like to defend typically. That's coming soon. But for the common mistakes that you guys are probably making, a lot of people, because like I said, I make the same mistakes too, maybe just not as often. And that's why, we're able to do a little bit better. That's not trying to act like I'm better than anybody here. But when I'm playing, I notice those are the mistakes people do, and that's how I score a lot. I posted a video for that. Stop pulling your players out of position. Look to adjust these little things. Hopefully it'll help you. Pay attention to how I'm building up in the play. I play 4-2-2. You don't have to play the same formation as me. A lot of formations work this year. I know most people play 4-3-2-1 probably, but the biggest thing with the formation is learning the patterns. And for anyone that's made it this far, you're about to get put on a lot of good tips right here. Learning the patterns. And what I mean is if you're playing the same formation, your players will make the same runs all the time usually. You know, they'll either do this or this. And so when I get to a specific spot on the field, more likely than not, my player is going to do one of these certain things. And so I know certain patterns will happen. Timeout, timeout. Kanate yammed on. He has aerial, by the way. That's Son. Yammed on. Foolery to the max. Somehow he still... What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Penalty, I didn't even click a button. Down 2-0 with an 18. What do most people do here? You get mad. You're annoyed. The game's rigged. Whatever, whatever. And then you lose the game. We just got to stay composed, you know, do the things that we know work. Don't force a shot, find the extra pass, be patient, you know, little things. The little things matter. The little things matter. Trust me, little things matter. But again, going back to what I was saying, patterns. So when I'm playing 4-2-2, and I showed it in my tactics video, oftentimes my players will make the same run in certain positions. They'll end up in certain spots. I know the little different options. I'm telling you, the foolery. I couldn't tackle the ball off kickoff. Couldn't get the ball back. You know, there's games you're going to play like this. And again, sorry for jumping all over the place. That this stuff happens. And at the end of the day, we control what we can control. Again, easier said than done. I get frustrated by stuff like this too. It's really annoying. You can control what you can control. If the game's on your side, the game's on your side. At the end of the day, don't make it worse for yourself because you're mad. You know what I mean? It's not a gameplay thing in terms of being, you know, mentally calm and not frustrated, but it affects how we play. It is true. It affects us all. Don't let the little stupid things, you know, make you play worse, essentially. Just try to control what you can control. Pray you get the bounce after the 9th time, you know. Pray that the ball bounces back to you after the 17th deflection. We can only do so much, you know. Every day it's something new. We just got to try to make the most of what we're given. That's just what it is. It's been a problem for a while. Anyways, learning the patterns. Your players make similar runs. End of the day, if you're playing the same formation, notice the patterns of your players. That's just a really big tip that I can give you. Now, before I get into this next tip, I want you guys to see we're at 16-0 right here. And I matched the craziest. I wish I showed it before the game just to give you guys a breakdown of the team here. Team of the season Frimpong. Team of the season VVD, Team of the year Rio, Team of the season Grimaldo, attackers, he's a 4-3-2-1, 97 Cruyff I believe it was, Team of the year Mbappe, Team of the year R9, Team of the year Puteas, Tots KDB, Tots Rodri. I believe that was a squad. Crazy team. But at the end of the day, people will see a crazy team and they'll get mad, you know, if something's stupid. Again, good team. Not saying this guy was bad, by the way, actually, at all. He was not a bad player. But just because someone has a good team, that doesn't mean anything. You know, my team's still very good as well. Like, it's not like my team's not good. Yes, there's people with crazy teams, but score, get the simple goals. You know, we're able to win the game, keep moving on. At the end of the game, he was still, you know, creating his own chances. I think he got a goal at the end. But again, just play your game. Play your game. Do the simple things right, and trust me, you will see success. The last big thing. Let go of sprint. If you're paying attention to the gameplay that I've been showing you guys today, a lot of the time, I'm not holding sprint. If there's space, sprint. Take your space, you know, for sure. But if you're in the middle of the field, you don't need to be full sprinting all the time. You know, there's no reason for that. If there's space, sure, take your space, sprint into it. But overall, people are holding sprint 100% of the time, and that's not a good thing. Sprinting, you're going to lose the ball a lot. And I promise you, when you're, you know, just walking with the ball, or even like you can try doing controlled sprint a little bit, which is your technical, your R1 or RB. That works in certain cases. But overall, in the middle of the field, directional nutmeg, by the way, if you don't watch the tutorial, create space, you can definitely help yourself there. Stop sprinting so much. Trust me. So hopefully overall, these tips helped you. You're going to see in this last game, Yoshi was mad. Down 3-1. Rewards got patched, I think, around the 16th game. So I knew I was most likely going to get cooked in these rewards. I was already, not feeling it. And then everyone was telling me, like, they could tell the way I was playing was off. But at the end of the day, if you see the goals I score, find the extra pass to the striker, my opponent, pulls 2 players, tackles the air. We're patient in the box. You can see he's tackling air, moving his players. He's not playing properly. And most people are like, oh, he's just getting lucky. No, he wasn't getting lucky. I was playing dumb. And so I deserve to be losing. But at the end of the day, as long as you stay calm, take your time, you can see in a lot of these goals, I'm never even sprinting, finding the extra pass, doing things right, quote unquote right, you'll score goals. And so try to stay calm. Hopefully these little tips kind of made sense. I'll give you guys a better deep analyzing of my gameplay eventually, but I did drop my 4-2-2 tactics showcasing patterns and all the other little things, so feel free to check those out. Rank 1 and enjoy some of these live rewards. Oh, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. So think of it like this. Think of it like this. Let me help you guys understand the situation. So Mbappe and Dembele and Zaire Emery were getting packed so much that now anybody that opens their packs within these next few hours, on my life, if you pack Mbappe, like, I'll give you my account. If you pack Mbappe in the next hour, I will give you my account. I am that confident. You're never going to see the card. The thing is, like, if I pack this and the rewards were never broken, I wouldn't even be mad. I would be like, oh my god, like, we got cooked. I guess Nuno. Nuno's like small W, I guess, but I don't think I'm even gonna. I don't know what. Back for a second. Do not cook me. I took Donnarumma because Aubameyang's not getting game time. Just taking the fodder. Understand. Here we go. 85-5. Back again. Quick 87 times 2. Yoshi didn't really have a live reaction on this one. You can see we got cooked. We got a fodder card. Honestly, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyone need upgrades for their League 1 Cup team? I did. I did need upgrades for my League 1 Cup team. I got 290 overalls. We will use them. We will use them.